How to pull the rug from under a manipulator. Have you ever felt like a puppet with someone pulling all the strings of your emotions and decisions? Ever wondered how liberating it would be to disarm manipulators and take control of your own life? It could be a controlling colleague, a manipulative romantic partner, or even a family member. Manipulators are everywhere, but Stoic wisdom can be your secret weapon to pull the rug from under them and reclaim your emotional freedom. In this video, we will uncover the secrets of Stoicism and show how this ancient philosophy can be your secret weapon against manipulators. Stoic wisdom can transform your life, strengthen your self-esteem, and give you the power to disarm manipulators with elegance and effectiveness. Ready to transform your life and pull the rug from under manipulators? Subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you don't miss any content. Now dive with us into Stoic philosophy and discover how to apply it in your daily life. Stoicism offers powerful tools for dealing with manipulative people. Imagine a wise guide always by your side, teaching you how to face a narcissist without losing your calm. This is Stoicism in action. It teaches us that our inner strength and intelligence are our greatest weapons against manipulation. It is a constant reminder that despite the circumstances, we have the power to choose our responses. By understanding the fundamental principles of Stoicism, such as the importance of reason and self-control, we can begin to apply these ideas in our daily lives. Think about how it would be to face a manipulator with the calm and clarity of a Stoic sage. It is not about being invulnerable, but about being resilient and unperturbed. Applying Stoicism in situations of manipulation is not just a defense, but also a path to personal growth. When we face a narcissist with Stoic calm, we are not only protecting our well-being, but also cultivating our own inner strength. Instead of being victims of manipulation, we become masters of our own emotions. In the end, Stoicism offers us a perspective of life where manipulation loses its impact. Learning to live according to its principles is not just a defense against manipulators, but also a path to a full and balanced life. And this prepares us for the next step, where we will understand more about the nature of manipulation and how to identify it in our lives. Manipulation is an insidious behavior often employed by narcissists and manipulative people to control and influence others. It can take many forms, from subtle lies to distorting reality. For example, a colleague may try to undermine your self-esteem to take credit for your ideas, or a partner may use guilt to control your actions. Understanding these tactics is the first step to protecting yourself against them. Manipulators are masters at creating a false sense of security and dependence. They often use false compliments or veiled criticisms to destabilize their victims. Imagine a boss who praises your work only to later suggest that you should work more overtime to prove your worth. These tactics can confuse and weaken your inner strength, but knowledge is a powerful defense. Additionally, manipulators use the tactic of gaslighting, making you doubt your own sanity and perception. They may deny events that clearly happened or reinterpret your actions to seem innocent. In relationships, this can lead to debilitating emotional dependence. Stoic philosophy teaches us to trust our own perception and wisdom, keeping us anchored in reality. Manipulators also exploit emotional vulnerabilities, such as fears and insecurities. They may subtly threaten or use emotional blackmail to get what they want. A common example is a friend who always needs help, but is never there when you need them. Recognizing these behaviors helps maintain your integrity and self-esteem. Another manipulative behavior is triangulation, where the manipulator involves third parties to create conflict or divert attention from their own actions. This can happen in the workplace, where a colleague manipulates two others to fight each other, diverting attention from their own failures. Stoic philosophy teaches us to remain calm and clear-headed, avoiding getting involved in these games. Finally, manipulators often seek to isolate their victims, distancing them from friends and family who could offer support. They may do this through constant criticism of your loved ones, or by demanding all your attention and time. Being aware of this tactic can help maintain healthy connections and avoid the trap of isolation. Understanding manipulation and its various forms is crucial to protect yourself and grow personally. By recognizing these tactics, you can apply Stoic principles to stay calm, strengthen your emotional intelligence, and preserve your self-esteem. Now that we understand manipulative tactics, let's explore how to identify these manipulators in different contexts. Identifying manipulators is crucial to protect yourself and maintain healthy relationships. These people, often narcissists, display common characteristics that can be recognized if we pay attention. In the workplace, for example, a manipulator might be that colleague who constantly tries to take advantage of others, using superficial charm to gain trust, and then manipulate situations to their advantage. They are masters at creating a scenario where they always seem innocent and well-intentioned. In personal relationships, the signs can be subtle but noticeable. A manipulative partner may frequently change the narrative of events to appear as the victim or hero, never admitting fault. They use tactics like guilt and emotional blackmail to control your actions. A classic example is when they make you feel you are always wrong regardless of the situation. Recognizing these patterns is fundamental to maintaining emotional health. In the family, manipulators can be particularly challenging because family ties are deep and emotionally charged. A manipulative relative may use the family's love and loyalty as tools to get what they want. They may present themselves as martyrs or always in need of help, creating a cycle of emotional dependence. Here, Stoic philosophy is valuable as it teaches to maintain calm and clarity even in emotionally charged situations. Manipulative friends often take advantage of trust and closeness to influence your decisions. They may make you feel constantly indebted or use shared secrets against you. The friendship that should be a safe space becomes an emotional trap. Learning to identify these behaviors helps preserve your self-esteem and avoid manipulation. Manipulators generally exhibit inconsistent and contradictory behaviors. One day they may be extremely kind, and the next cold and distant. This unpredictability keeps their victims constantly anxious and trying to please them. Stoic philosophy teaches us not to be affected by these variations, keeping our emotional balance intact. The key is to observe behavior patterns over time and not be deceived by isolated acts of kindness. A useful technique to identify manipulators is to pay attention to their words and actions. Manipulators often make empty promises or change their opinions quickly to suit what they want at the moment. They also tend to avoid responsibilities, blaming others for their failures. Observing these behaviors can help identify their true intentions. Stoic philosophy guides us to trust our own perception and value the consistency between words and actions. Identifying manipulators in different contexts is the first step to protecting your emotional integrity and strengthening your inner strength. With this skill, you can apply Stoic principles to stay calm and clear-headed, avoiding being caught in manipulation traps. Now that we know how to identify manipulators, let's explore the importance of self-awareness as a powerful defense against these tactics. Self-awareness is one of the most important pillars in the defense against manipulation. Knowing who you are, your values, and your emotions allows you to recognize when someone is trying to distort your perception of reality. A self-aware individual is less susceptible to the tactics of a narcissist or manipulator. Imagine being in a relationship where your partner constantly devalues your achievements. With high self-awareness, you notice this manipulation and maintain your self-esteem intact. This skill allows you to identify your own emotional vulnerabilities, those that manipulators love to exploit. For example, if you know you have a tendency to want to please everyone, you can be more alert when someone tries to use that against you. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of knowing oneself, reinforcing that true power comes from a deep understanding of our own weaknesses and strengths. Practicing self-awareness can be cultivated through daily reflection. Taking time to meditate on your actions and reactions of the day helps you better understand your emotions and behaviors. This habit, promoted by the Stoics, strengthens your emotional resilience and intelligence, making you less vulnerable to manipulators. For example, by reflecting on a conflict with a colleague, you can identify if your response was influenced by a manipulation attempt. Additionally, keeping a journal is an effective practice to increase self-awareness. Writing down your experiences, feelings, and reactions allows you to see behavior patterns over time. This not only improves your self-knowledge, but also provides a clear view of how you react to different situations, including those where manipulation is present. A journal is a powerful tool for personal growth. Developing self-awareness also involves seeking honest feedback from trusted people. Friends and family who genuinely care about you can offer valuable perspectives on your behaviors and reactions. They can help identify when you are being manipulated and offer support to reinforce your self-esteem. Stoicism teaches us to value the truth, even when it is uncomfortable, as a path to growth. Self-awareness is essential to maintaining integrity in relationships. When you know your own needs and limits, it is easier to establish and maintain healthy boundaries. Manipulators constantly try to push these limits to gain control. Being aware of your own emotional and psychological boundaries is an effective defense against these attempts. Stoic philosophy promotes clarity and firmness in defending your values. In short, self-awareness is an indispensable tool in the fight against manipulation. It provides us with the clarity to recognize manipulation attempts and the inner strength to resist them. With a deep understanding of oneself, you are better equipped to apply Stoic principles and maintain your inner peace even when confronted with manipulators. Now let's explore the role of reason in evaluating situations and decisions, avoiding impulsive and manipulable reactions. Reason is a powerful tool in the defense against manipulation. Amid the tactics of a narcissist or manipulator, keeping calm and thinking rationally is essential. Stoic philosophy values the use of reason to evaluate situations, decisions, and our own reactions. Imagine a situation at work where a colleague tries to blame you for a mistake. Instead of reacting impulsively, using reason allows you to evaluate the facts objectively and respond in a balanced manner. Critical thinking helps see beyond appearances and momentary emotions. Manipulators often try to provoke emotional reactions to destabilize their victims. By applying Stoic philosophy, we focus on responding rationally, basing our decisions on logic and wisdom. This approach reduces the power of manipulative tactics, allowing us to keep our inner strength intact. Practicing reason involves consistently questioning the motivations and behaviors of people around us. When a manipulator tries to influence your actions or thoughts, a critical approach can expose their true intentions. For example, if a partner constantly changes the narrative to appear the victim, questioning these inconsistencies can reveal the manipulation. Stoic wisdom teaches us not to accept everything at face value, but to investigate and understand deeply. Another way to apply reason is through the exercise of negative visualization, a Stoic concept that involves imagining possible adversities to prepare mentally. If you anticipate how a manipulator might act, you can plan your responses rationally and controlled. This exercise increases your emotional resilience and reduces the surprise and impact of manipulative tactics. It is like being one step ahead in the psychological game. Reason is also fundamental to distinguish between what is under our control and what is not. The Stoics teach that we should focus our energy only on what we can control, such as our own responses and attitudes. When confronted with manipulation, understanding this distinction helps maintain calm and clarity. Instead of trying to change the manipulator's behavior, we focus our efforts on our own reactions. Practicing reason involves applying mindfulness and meditation techniques. These practices help cultivate a clear and focused mind, capable of analyzing situations without being overshadowed by intense emotions. A practical example is daily meditation, where we reflect on challenging situations and visualize rational responses. Stoic philosophy values this introspection as a means of mental and emotional strengthening. In summary, reason is a powerful defense against manipulation, allowing us to evaluate situations with clarity and respond in a controlled manner. By adopting a rational approach as taught by Stoicism, we strengthen our emotional intelligence and our ability to resist manipulators. Now let's explore how to practice Stoic indifference, or apatheia, to avoid emotionally reacting to provocations and manipulations. Stoic indifference, or apatheia, is a powerful practice for dealing with manipulators. Essentially, it is about keeping calm and serenity in the face of provocations and manipulations. Imagine being in a relationship with a narcissist who constantly tries to provoke emotional reactions. Stoic philosophy teaches us not to react impulsively, but to maintain composure and control over our emotions, preserving our inner peace. Practicing Stoic indifference begins with the recognition that we do not have control over others' actions, only over our own reactions. When a manipulator tries to destabilize us, our calm and controlled response can disarm them. For example, if a colleague makes a provocative comment, instead of responding with anger, a calm and considered response can frustrate their manipulation attempts. Stoic wisdom lies in not allowing others to control our emotions. The application of apatheia requires constant mental training. Daily meditation on our emotional reactions and the practice of negative visualization help strengthen this ability. Imagine yourself in challenging situations and visualize how you would respond with calm and rationality. This exercise prepares the mind to face manipulators without losing serenity. Stoic philosophy values this preparation as a means of strengthening emotional resilience. Keeping a journal can be a useful tool to practice Stoic indifference. Writing down your emotional reactions and reflecting on how you could have responded more calmly helps internalize this principle. For example, if you had a heated argument, writing about what happened and how you could have maintained calm helps prepare you for future interactions. This daily practice reinforces the Stoic philosophy of self-control and self-knowledge. Practicing Stoic indifference does not mean being passive or accepting injustices, but choosing how to react in a way that preserves your inner peace. When confronted with manipulation, a balanced and serene response demonstrates inner strength and emotional intelligence. This not only frustrates manipulation attempts, but also reinforces your self-esteem and confidence. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true strength lies in the ability to control our own emotions. Historical examples of Stoic indifference, such as the life of Marcus Aurelius, show the effectiveness of this practice. Marcus Aurelius faced numerous adversities with calm and clarity, remaining faithful to Stoic principles. His meditations are a testament to how the practice of apatheia can transform our life. Studying these examples inspires us to apply Stoic indifference in our own lives. In summary, Stoic indifference is a powerful defense against manipulators, allowing us to keep calm and serenity in the face of provocations. By practicing this ability as taught by Stoicism, we strengthen our emotional resilience and our ability to resist manipulators. Now let's explore how to establish healthy boundaries to preserve our personal integrity against manipulation. Establishing healthy boundaries is fundamental to protect yourself from manipulators and narcissists. Clear and firm boundaries help preserve our personal and emotional integrity, preventing manipulative people from exerting control over our lives. Think of a relationship where a partner constantly tries to invade your personal space or disrespect your needs. Setting clear boundaries from the start is essential to maintaining balance and self-esteem. Stoic philosophy teaches the importance of knowing and respecting our own boundaries. When we have clarity about our values and needs, we can communicate these boundaries assertively. For example, if a colleague is constantly trying to delegate their responsibilities to you, it is important to clearly express your limitations and not accept tasks that are not yours. This shows inner strength and emotional intelligence, characteristics valued by Stoicism. A practical way to establish boundaries is through assertive communication. This involves expressing your needs and expectations clearly and respectfully. For example, if a friend constantly makes jokes at your expense, you can calmly say that you do not appreciate that type of humor and would prefer they stop. Stoic philosophy teaches us to value truth and clarity in communication, strengthening our relationships and protecting our self-esteem. Maintaining healthy boundaries also involves knowing how to say no without guilt. Manipulators often take advantage of our reluctance to refuse requests. Learning to say no firmly and politely is a crucial skill. For example, if a family member is always asking for favors without reciprocity, it is important to establish that you have your own responsibilities and cannot always meet their demands. Stoicism reinforces the idea that we should not sacrifice our well-being to please others. Boundaries are not just defensive, they are also proactive. This means taking actions that reinforce our well-being and personal growth. For example, if you know that certain interactions or environments are harmful, avoiding these situations is a way of establishing boundaries. Stoic philosophy teaches us to be proactive in protecting our peace and emotional integrity, using our wisdom to make choices that benefit us in the long term. It is important to remember that establishing boundaries is a continuous process. Manipulators may constantly try to test and push these boundaries. The Stoic practice of self-reflection and daily review helps strengthen these boundaries and adapt them as necessary. Reflect on your interactions and adjust your boundaries to better protect your well-being. This constant vigilance is a fundamental aspect of personal growth and inner strength promoted by Stoicism. In summary, establishing healthy boundaries is an essential strategy to protect against manipulators and preserve your personal integrity. By applying Stoic principles of clarity, assertiveness, and self-reflection, you strengthen your ability to maintain these boundaries, promoting your growth and well-being. Now let's explore how living according to Stoic virtues can further strengthen our resistance to manipulation. Living according to Stoic virtues is essential to resist manipulation and strengthen our emotional resilience. The four main virtues of Stoicism, courage, justice, temperance, and wisdom, offer a solid foundation for facing manipulators with confidence and integrity. Think of how courage can help us confront a narcissist, or how justice guides us to treat others equitably without yielding to manipulations. The virtue of courage is vital when dealing with manipulators. Facing manipulation requires bravery, as it often means confronting harmful behaviors or making difficult choices. Imagine a work scenario where your boss tries to manipulate you into taking on unjust responsibilities. By applying Stoic courage, you can firmly but respectfully refuse such tasks, maintaining your integrity and self-esteem. Justice, another central virtue, guides us to act fairly and equitably, not only with others, but also with ourselves. Manipulators often take advantage of our sense of justice, distorting it for their own benefit. For example, in a relationship, a manipulative partner might try to make you feel you must always yield to maintain peace. Stoic philosophy teaches that true justice involves balance and mutual respect, protecting our dignity. Temperance, or moderation, is crucial to maintaining control over our emotional reactions. Manipulators often provoke intense reactions to destabilize their victims. By practicing temperance, we respond in a balanced and controlled manner without being dominated by emotions. For example, if a colleague makes a provocative comment, temperance helps us remain calm and respond rationally, frustrating their manipulation attempts. Wisdom is the virtue that unifies all others. It allows us to discern right from wrong and make informed decisions. Stoic philosophy values the continuous pursuit of knowledge and the practical application of this knowledge in our daily lives. When dealing with manipulators, wisdom guides us to see beyond appearances and understand the true intentions behind actions. Reading classic Stoic texts like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius can enrich our understanding and application of wisdom in everyday situations. Practicing these virtues strengthens our inner strength and our ability to resist manipulation. When we live according to courage, justice, temperance, and wisdom, we become less susceptible to manipulative tactics. This not only protects our self-esteem, but also promotes continuous personal growth. Stoic philosophy offers a clear path to strengthen our character and face challenges with integrity. In summary, Stoic virtues are a powerful defense against manipulators, providing a solid foundation for our actions and reactions. By cultivating these virtues as taught by Stoicism, we strengthen our emotional resilience and our ability to maintain integrity in all situations. Now, let's explore the importance of assertive communication to express our needs and opinions clearly and respectfully. Assertive communication is an essential skill for dealing with manipulators and maintaining healthy relationships. Being assertive means expressing our needs and opinions clearly, directly, and respectfully without being aggressive or passive. Imagine a situation where a narcissist tries to impose their will on you. Stoic philosophy teaches us to remain calm and clear, allowing us to communicate our boundaries firmly and with dignity. To develop assertive communication, it is important to practice the clear and objective expression of your feelings and needs. For example, if a friend constantly disrespects your boundaries, you can say, "I feel uncomfortable when you ignore my preferences. I would like you to respect my boundaries." This type of communication reduces misunderstandings and prevents manipulators from taking advantage of ambiguity. Assertive communication also involves actively listening and responding thoughtfully. Manipulators often try to distort your words or create conflicts. By listening carefully and responding calmly and rationally, you disarm their tactics. For example, if a colleague tries to make you appear incompetent in a meeting, respond with clear facts and avoid engaging in emotional disputes. Stoic philosophy teaches us to maintain composure and focus on the truth. Practicing assertiveness requires confidence and self-awareness. It is important to believe in your own opinions and feelings, valuing your own perspective. When a manipulator tries to diminish your self-esteem, assertive communication is your tool to reaffirm your worth. For example, if a partner tries to make you feel guilty for your choices, calmly reaffirm your position and explain your reasons without over-justifying. Assertiveness can be improved through specific techniques, such as using "I" instead of "you" statements. This avoids making the other person feel attacked and facilitates more open communication. For example, instead of saying, "You always ignore me," say, "I feel ignored when you don't respond to my messages." This approach is more effective and constructive, promoting peaceful conflict resolution. Role-playing exercises can be useful to practice assertiveness in a safe environment. Rehearse challenging situations with a trusted friend, practicing assertive responses and observing how you feel. This type of practice prepares you to face manipulators in real life with confidence and clarity. Stoic philosophy values preparation and continuous practice as means to strengthen our skills and resilience. In situations of manipulation, assertiveness is your defense. It not only protects your emotional integrity, but also sends a clear message to the manipulator that their tactics will not work. By communicating your needs and boundaries assertively, you establish a ground of mutual respect. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true strength lies in our ability to express ourselves clearly and firmly without losing serenity. In summary, assertive communication is a powerful skill in the fight against manipulation, allowing us to express our needs and opinions clearly and respectfully. By applying these Stoic principles, we strengthen our ability to resist manipulators and promote healthy relationships. Now let's explore Stoic confrontation strategies to deal with manipulators with dignity and effectiveness. Confronting manipulators in a Stoic manner involves dignity and effectiveness without resorting to aggression. Stoic philosophy teaches us to maintain calm and rationality, even in the face of provocations. Imagine a scenario where a narcissist tries to belittle your achievements publicly. Instead of reacting with anger, A Stoic approach involves responding with facts and a calm demeanor, disarming the manipulator with your serenity and intelligence. An effective strategy is to use questions to challenge the manipulator. For example, if someone distorts your words to manipulate you, calmly ask, "Why do you believe I said that?" Or, "Can you explain what you meant by that?" These questions force the manipulator to justify their actions and often expose their true intentions. Stoic wisdom guides us to use reason and logic to dismantle manipulative tactics. Another Stoic tactic is to keep your speech focused on facts and truth. Manipulators often use reality distortions to confuse their victims. By responding with concrete data and evidence, you reinforce the truth and disarm the manipulation. For example, if a colleague tries to minimize your contribution to a project, calmly and assertively present the concrete results of your work. This demonstrates your inner strength and commitment to justice. Controlled indifference, or apatheia, is a valuable tool in confrontations. Manipulators seek emotional reactions to exert control. By remaining emotionally distant and responding calmly, you take away the manipulator's power. In a discussion, for example, responding in a neutral and unemotional manner can destabilize the manipulator who relies on your reaction to fuel the conflict. The practice of indifference is central in Stoic philosophy to maintain inner peace. Mental preparation for confrontations is essential. Negative visualization, a Stoic exercise, involves anticipating possible adversities and planning rational responses. Imagine different scenarios where a manipulator might try to destabilize you and visualize how you would respond calmly and effectively. This mental preparation strengthens your emotional resilience and increases your confidence when facing manipulators in real life. Staying true to your values and virtues is crucial in confrontations. Manipulators will try to divert you from your convictions to gain an advantage. Stoic philosophy reminds us to act with courage, justice, temperance, and wisdom regardless of the circumstances. If a manipulator tries to make you act against your principles, calmly reaffirm your values and stand firm. This not only protects your integrity, but also demonstrates your moral strength. In summary, Stoic confrontation strategies involve keeping calm, using reason, and focusing on truth while staying true to our values. Applying these principles strengthens our ability to deal with manipulators in a dignified and effective manner. Now let's explore the role of emotional resilience in facing and overcoming continuous manipulation attempts. Emotional resilience is fundamental to facing and overcoming continuous manipulation attempts. Manipulators often persist in their tactics, constantly testing our limits and patience. Stoic philosophy teaches us to cultivate an inner strength that allows us to resist these onslaughts and maintain our integrity. Think of resilience as a muscle that needs to be regularly trained to strengthen. Developing resilience begins with the acceptance that adversity is an inevitable part of life. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoics, reminds us that we must mentally prepare to face difficulties. By accepting this, we are not caught off guard by others' manipulative actions. Instead, we are ready to face them with calm and clarity, turning each challenge into an opportunity for personal growth. Daily mindfulness and meditation practices are effective in strengthening emotional resilience. Meditation helps us observe our thoughts and emotions without clinging to them, cultivating a calm and focused mind. This practice is particularly useful when dealing with manipulators, as it allows us to maintain calm amid chaos. Stoic philosophy values mental serenity as a foundation for resilience. Another approach is daily reflection on our interactions and reactions. Keeping a journal can be a powerful tool for this. Writing down the moments when we faced manipulation and how we reacted helps us identify patterns and areas for improvement. This habit reinforces our ability to learn from each experience, strengthening our emotional intelligence and wisdom. Constant reflection is a central Stoic principle for continuous growth. Resilience also involves developing a strong support system. Trusted friends and family can offer perspective and emotional support when we face manipulators. They can help us maintain clarity and strength, reminding us of our own capabilities and values. Stoic philosophy teaches us to value true relationships and seek support in times of need without losing our autonomy. Maintaining a clear focus on our personal goals and values is another way to strengthen resilience. Manipulators often try to divert our attention and weaken our determination. Stoic philosophy encourages us to maintain a firm purpose and not be distracted by trivialities. When we have a clear vision of our goals, we are less susceptible to being diverted by manipulations. This strengthens our resistance and our ability to persevere. Finally, resilience involves the ability to quickly recover from setbacks. Manipulators can make us feel temporarily defeated, but true resilience lies in our ability to get up and move forward. Stoic philosophy reminds us that adversity is a chance to show our true strength and character. Each time we face and overcome manipulation, we become stronger and more prepared for the future. In summary, emotional resilience is essential to face manipulators and maintain our personal integrity. By applying the Stoic principles of acceptance, mindfulness, reflection, and focus on our values, we strengthen our ability to resist and overcome manipulation attempts. Now let's explore historical and contemporary examples of figures who used Stoic principles to deal with manipulators. Studying historical and contemporary examples of people who applied Stoic principles to deal with manipulators can be extremely inspiring. These stories demonstrate the effectiveness of Stoicism in practice, showing how wisdom, courage, and resilience can disarm manipulators and strengthen our inner strength. Let's explore some of these notable figures and how they faced manipulation. Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and one of the most famous Stoics, faced countless adversities during his reign. Surrounded by political enemies and traitors, he applied Stoic principles of reason and calm to navigate court intrigues. Instead of succumbing to pressures and manipulations, Marcus Aurelius maintained his integrity and ruled with justice. His meditations are a testament to how he used Stoic philosophy to maintain clarity and resilience. Another inspiring example is Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the most influential Stoic philosophers. Despite his initial condition of slavery, Epictetus never allowed manipulators to control his spirit. He taught that true freedom comes from within, and that no one can control our mind without our consent. His life lessons show how inner strength and Stoic wisdom can overcome the most oppressive circumstances. Moving to contemporary times, we can look at figures like Nelson Mandela. During his 27 years of imprisonment, Mandela faced constant manipulation and oppression. However, he maintained his dignity and used his time to strengthen his resilience and clarity of purpose. By applying Stoic principles such as acceptance and resilience, Mandela emerged from prison as an even stronger leader, capable of disarming his oppressors with his wisdom and integrity. Rosa Parks also exemplifies the practical application of Stoicism. When she refused to give up her bus seat, Parks faced systemic and oppressive manipulation. Her action was an example of Stoic courage and justice, standing firm in her values and rights. By maintaining her calm and determination, she challenged and disarmed a manipulative system, inspiring significant changes in the civil rights movement. Another contemporary example is Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and founder of logotherapy. In his book, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl describes how he found meaning and resilience even in the horrors of concentration camps. By applying Stoic principles of acceptance and purpose, Frankl maintained his integrity and helped others find hope amid despair. His story is a powerful demonstration of how Stoic wisdom can illuminate even the darkest moments. These examples show that regardless of the time or circumstances, Stoic principles are powerful tools for dealing with manipulators. They teach us that true strength comes from within, and that with wisdom and resilience, we can face any adversity. Studying these figures inspires us to apply Stoic philosophy in our own lives, reinforcing our ability to resist manipulation. In summary, historical and contemporary figures who applied Stoic principles demonstrate the effectiveness of this philosophy in disarming manipulators and strengthening our inner strength. By learning from their experiences, we are inspired to cultivate wisdom, courage, and resilience in our own lives. Now let's reflect on the importance of Stoic philosophy in daily life and how we can apply these teachings to pull the rug from under manipulators. Stoic philosophy offers a wealth of valuable tools for dealing with manipulators and strengthening our personal growth. By understanding and applying its principles, we can transform challenges into opportunities for growth, maintaining our integrity and inner peace. Imagine facing a narcissist with the calm of Marcus Aurelius, the wisdom of Epictetus, and the resilience of Viktor Frankl. This is possible when we incorporate Stoicism into our daily lives. Applying Stoicism begins with the daily practice of self-awareness and reason. Reflecting on our reactions and keeping a journal can help us identify manipulative behavior patterns and adjust our responses. For example, noting how we feel after challenging interactions and what we could have done differently strengthens our emotional resilience and prepares us for future situations. This habit promotes continuous personal growth. Another practical application is establishing and maintaining healthy boundaries. Using assertive communication, we can express our needs and expectations clearly and respectfully. For example, if a colleague constantly tries to overload you with their tasks, an assertive response could be, "I understand you need help, but I also have my own responsibilities. Let's find a solution that works for both of us." This approach protects our integrity and prevents manipulation. Practicing Stoic indifference or apatheia is another effective strategy. When confronted with provocateurs, keeping calm and not reacting emotionally disarms the manipulator. Visualizing challenging scenarios and planning rational responses helps us face manipulations with serenity. For example, if a partner tries to use guilt to control your actions, visualizing a calm and assertive response can prepare you to maintain your inner peace. Emotional resilience can be cultivated through practices like meditation and mindfulness. These exercises help us observe our thoughts and emotions without being dominated by them. When dealing with manipulators, this mental serenity is a powerful defense. Dedicating a few minutes daily to meditation can strengthen our ability to stay calm amid chaos, making us less vulnerable to manipulative tactics. Seeking inspiration from historical and contemporary figures who applied Stoicism is a powerful way to reinforce our commitment to this philosophy. Reading works like Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, Letters to Lucilius by Seneca, and Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl offers profound and practical insights. These readings remind us that inner strength and Stoic wisdom can guide us through adversities. Finally, applying Stoicism in our daily lives requires continuous practice and dedication. Every challenging interaction is an opportunity to exercise our wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. By doing so, we not only disarm manipulators, but also promote our own growth and well-being. Stoic philosophy offers a clear path to a full and balanced life, where we face manipulations with wisdom and inner strength. In summary, Stoic philosophy is a powerful ally in the fight against manipulators and in strengthening our personal growth. By applying its principles daily, we can maintain our integrity, inner peace, and emotional resilience. Now let's create an engaging introduction for our content that connects with the viewer and shows the relevance of this Stoic journey. Ready to turn the tables and disarm manipulators with Stoic wisdom? Start today by applying Stoic principles. Stay calm, set firm boundaries, communicate assertively, and cultivate your emotional resilience. Every small action counts. Don't let manipulators steal your peace and self-esteem. Share your experiences and challenges in the comments. Subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you don't miss more transformative content. Together we will build a supportive community, learning and growing every day. The journey to a full and balanced life starts now.